Welcome to the WrestleTalk News. I'm Pete Quinnell. Wrestling news lately has been a little doom and gloom, hasn't it? Whether it be about Vince McMahon's last-minute changes on WWE programming or CM Punk and the Elite. So let's start with something nice today. People in WWE are happy. I know. Isn't it nice? The Judgment Day seems to be the source of this happiness, what with Rhea Ripley being Women's World Champ, Finn Balor challenging for the Men's World title at Money in the Bank, Dominic Mysterio occasionally getting the most heat in the company, and Damian Priest. Well, he's been doing good stuff, hasn't he? According to Fightful Select, a WWE higher-up told them that they are ecstatic with how the Judgment Day are performing, with Edge even reportedly mentioning that Judgment Day are better suited now than they ever would have been with the original plans they had outlined when he created the stable. The higher-up reportedly spoke on each of the members, saying that Balor had been very easy to work with in each of the various roles he'd been given within the stable, Ripley had been praised for working through her knee injuries, her ability to get other people over, and her willingness to improve the others around her through being a manager, as well as giving her opponents more offense than originally scheduled when she'd been penciled in to dominate a match. Damian Priest's work ethic was reportedly praised, and especially his work with Bad Bunny. And Dominic was put over for working his advanced schedule, including a lot of extra media work with the success of his character. On top of that, WWE have reportedly been putting Dom against a variety of opponents and into a variety of roles to give him the most experience against a plethora of styles and situations. Well, I'm glad for Judgment Day. I'm glad their booking had them falling upwards to success, because after those first couple of months, wasn't looking too hot for them. So that's nice and positive in the land of WWE. So now let's talk about Vince McMahon. Look, I only said I'd start with something positive. It's becoming more and more frequent that Vince has been making increasingly bigger changes to TV shows as of late, and that trend is set to continue. Yay! According to PW Insider, while Vince has only been making remote changes to the shows, the belief inside WWE is that his creative influence is likely to grow in the coming weeks and months as the Endeavor deal and merger with UFC becomes a reality. This comes off the back of a report yesterday that others in WWE are actively looking for ways to stop Vince making those last-minute changes, which may be in vain if Vince is set to just do it more. You know, when we start getting Vince actually appearing backstage at each of the shows, that's when you know you've got the big red flag. Now, before I hand it over to Luke, we have a very exciting announcement. This Friday, the good folks at THQ Nordic are sponsoring us to host the PFK World Cup to determine the best in the world at AEW Fight Forever, a return to old-school arcade-style wrestling games, which launches this week. But who will be competing for this most prestigious prize? Well, first to join the fray is the face of WrestleTalk, the paid-for hair of WrestleTalk, Mr. Davis, Ollie Davis. And squaring up to him is none other than the current Jam That Champion, the most handsome and interesting person on the entire staff here at WrestleTalk. I'm talking about me. It's me. I'm in it. Join us on Friday over on Parts of Unknown for a live stream celebration to mark the launch of AEW Fight Forever and crown the best in the world at this specific game of the 6 specific people we asked to be in the video. Now, over to Luke.
But before we get into Monday Night Raw, here with another potential Match of the Year candidate, it is analyst and British citizen Mark Marcuson.
Hello,
Mark,
Luke.
hello.
It's your pleasure to be with me today. This week's Match of the Year comes from the beloved and underappreciated BritWres scene. That's short for British wrestling, and it's from ResPro's Live in Sheffield event. Incidentally, I spent a lovely weekend up there a few weeks back visiting Sebastian Coe's star on the Sheffield Walk of Fame. But this match took place between two athletes that you'll know nothing about. Will Ospreay and the Prince of Pace, Callum Newman.
Oh, Cal, well, that's great. We love him here on WrestleTalk.
Honestly, it's just disrespectful when you pretend to know these wrestlers.
Who's pretending? We did a show with Will Ospreay.
You're
In fact, with
eating
Callum Newman.
into my time. What made this match extra special was the fact that Ospreay has been something of a mentor to Newman. So this match was as much a training session as it was a contest. Ospreay is one of the best in the world, and he could have butchered this young upstart, but instead he wanted to take this opportunity and bring him to the next level. The Prince of Pace lived up to his nickname with lightning-quick speed and sharp, aggressive strikes. The two sparred for a while with Ospreay clearly in the driver's seat, but Newman was up for the fight. A beautiful tiger suplex and a hard sunset flip bomb showed that, but Ospreay always had the upper hand and won through sheer experience. It was a game of cat and mouse, the master baiting the student, a lesson with every counter, and it was this that made this contest so special. More than any high spot or single move, from a storytelling perspective, this match was actually quite beautiful in the way only wrestling can be, and it marked Newman out as one to watch. I think he's going to be a star.
Well, speaking of stars, last week's match was 8, so we're going...
I mean, a match like this, it's just one of those rare gems where you get to watch the torch get lit before it's passed on. It has to be 10.
10? Wow, we're skipping 9 completely. And you know what? With someone as great as Callum Newman on there, I'm really glad to see him. I'm glad to see him getting his flowers.
He's such a glory hunter. You will know Callum Newman. He's brilliant.
Mark Marcuson, everyone. So now it's time for my review of Monday Night Raw, aka the Vince McMahon Fingerprints episode, or Vince-a-Prince episode of Monday Night Raw, in about 5 minutes. The show opened with a hot crowd booing Dominic Mysterio out of the building and not letting him cut his promo on Cody Rhodes, so Mammy did it for him instead. This brought out Cody, who quoted Cat in the Hat and called Dom a scared little boy. He offered him a free shot, but Dom declined and left the ring instead. But don't worry, folks. We'll be seeing a lot more of them on this show tonight. As Pete covered in the news portion of this excellent bit of YouTube content, hope you're having a nice toilet break by the way, Vince McMahon's fingerprints were reportedly all over this show, which would explain why we got loads of crap wrestling like Ricochet versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn versus Gunther, and Carmelo Hayes versus No, wait, these are good. This is good stuff. But Vince, come back, put more fingerprints on this booking. Ricochet beat Shinsuke Nakamura in an excellently fun TV match, with both men also working together to beat up Bronson Reed and get him ejected from ringside. But it's all right, mate. You can just come back down with no repercussions whatsoever. Rick got the win with a shooting star press. Matt Riddle challenged Gunther for the IC title this weekend, and Imperium beat him up for his troubles. After a recap of the Bloodline story, we got a video package for the Money in the Bank ladder match, because this Money in the Bank is all about the numbers. It was full of fun facts, but none quite as fun as, for 20 long years, the Warlord held the record. One of the funnest facts, though, was that 3 men have cashed in and won the belt twice. The Miz, Edge, and... who was the other person? Who was the third? Stevie Richards. Yeah, it was Stevie Richards. Ronda Rousey quickly beat Raquel Rodriguez. I've legit written shrug in my notes here, and this was the only women's match on a 3-hour show. What is this? Dynamite? And then we got an excellent, and I do mean excellent, video promo for Finn Balor to hype up his title match this weekend. This was so well produced, and using the footage from 2016, particularly Seth laughing at Finn vacating the belt, really added a lot to this feud and match. Rollins then came out for a promo to call out Balor, who tried to sneak attack him and succeeded for the most part, until he was stopped by that pesky NXT champion Carmelo Hayes. This set up a match between Balor and Hayes for later on tonight. After a video package of Tommaso Ciampa's return, we were supposed to get a Miz versus Ciampa rematch, but the Miz attacked Ciampa before the bell and laid him out with a skull-crushing finale. This is not the way. Earlier in the night, Dom and Rhea asked Adam Pearce to book Dom Dom in a Tune Up match before Money in the Bank, challenging someone who is on the same level as Dom. So he quickly beat Akira Tozawa, lol, their heels, lol. Viking Raiders cut a promo on Alpha Academy, and they cut one back later in the show. And then we got all the Money in the Bank women standing in a row. The SmackDown portion of the match all talked over each other until Trish Stratus pointed out that they're all acting like little girls before cutting a promo on Becky Lynch. Becky, rather than talk, just laid into Trish and Zoe, and a brawl broke out, with Bex climbing the ladder and holding onto the briefcase. So going by internet law, this means for sure she cannot win the briefcase now. Just like all of the odd Star Trek movies are bad until JJ ruined that bit of fun, of course, you cannot refute internet law. They later teased a feud between Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley over the title. There was no Alpha Academy match this week, and it took 90 minutes before Kathy Kelly was on screen, so minus 5-star show, but Carmelo Hayes cut a very good promo to hype up his match with Balor. Gunther beat Sami Zayn in an excellent TV match, winning via a powerbomb through interference by a returning Giovanni Vinci. Owens was superb on commentary, cheering on his brother, and he brawled with Imperium after the match and chased them off with the help of Matt Riddle. This was a really good segment, and I'm super stoked for Gunther versus Riddle this weekend. Natalya revealed that she's getting another shot at Rhea's title next weekend. Literally no one cares. And Finn Balor beat Carmelo Hayes in a match that was a great showcase for the NXT champion, apart from the losing bit, which didn't really do a lot to build up his title match with Baron Corbin tonight. And while the action was good, I think with the benefit of hindsight, I'd probably tell you not to book this match. Corey Graves also made a Public Enemy joke, and I understood that reference, but really that line's done by Flavor Flav, Corey. But if I may, I'm waxed lyrical about the mad pacing here, because here's how all of that went down. We got a video promo for Carmelo Hayes. Finn Balor made his entrance. We got an ad break. Alpha Academy cut a promo on Viking Raiders. We cut back to Finn Balor waiting in the ring. We then got a recap of Rhea Ripley beating up Natalya last week. Then Natalya cut her promo backstage. Then we got the commentators hyping up Balor versus Rollins for this weekend. And then Carmelo made his entrance for his match with Balor. That is insane. I legit had to double check that's what happened as I didn't believe my notes. I rewatched it to make sure that is what happened, and it did. Kathy then interviewed Cody Rhodes and his dog, and we got another video promo for the Bloodline, and then Cody overcame the Judgment Day Oz to survive interference from Dom and Rhea to pin Damian Priest. He even kicked out of his finish. Dom got another cheap shot on Cody before running away, and well, that was the show. With Money in the Bank this weekend, I was hoping for something a bit bigger on this episode of Raw, but I really think the concept of the go-home show is gone from today's wrestling landscape. No one really does them anymore. This was a pretty paint-by-numbers episode. Good wrestling aside, there's nothing you need to check out here. It's another Triple H gold standard 3 out of 5 episode. Now, if you don't mind, please go and watch my review of Forbidden Door while I request Pete pass me the PlayStation controller so I can play some more Fight Forever. Thank you, Pete.
Thank you, pal.
Thank you, Pete.
There you go.
Thank you. Cheers.
Not even connected, Luke.